Yes, bingo. There we go. Now we're live. Great to see you all here today. Welcome. 2:30 on a Tuesday, and you know what that means. We have a Training Tuesday. So excited to be with you guys today. My name is Dante Torelli. I'll be your MC, your master of ceremonies. Making things are moving and grooving, and we're all learning and doing big things together. With me, as always, is my co-star Aaron. And today, gang, in the next 15 minutes, we're going to show you exactly how to organize your products into collections inside of ClickFunnels. This is going to really help you boost your average order value by 30%, or honestly, it might even be more. So even if you've never set up a product catalog before, today you're going to learn the 3-step process to create collections, add products automatically, and display them beautifully on your storefront. My favorite part of this, we're going to do all of it without touching a single line of code. I'm super excited for this one today. Let's get Aaron up here. Aaron, how are we doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Dante?
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I don't know too much about collections. I haven't dabbled a ton in them, so I'm really excited to see what you got for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, happy to be here again for another awesome Training Tuesday. Now, before we actually get into the application of collections and how to add them into ClickFunnels, why don't we talk about the purpose of collections first? And I have this analogy to them. I think it makes a lot of sense, right? So we've all been to a grocery store, I would assume so. And typically all of those items in a grocery store are categorized, right? So you're going to find all the food in the refrigerator section together. You're going to find all the bread together. You're going to find a fruit section, a vegetable section. In essence, that is what a collection is, right? We're just taking multiple products, we're grouping them together so customers can better navigate our storefront.
So the aisles in our grocery store.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's what we're going to be adding to our storefront. So with that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen and let's get into the application. There we go. And you guys should be able to see that pretty well.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right. So if you were with us last week, we went over products. We added a brand new product. We added all the product details, and it's up here in the top left corner. Now, our collections are in the same exact spot. So if I tap on that, I'm going to expand it, and I can see collections right under all of our products. Now, if I tap on it, I can see that I already have several collections created within this account. So I have a health collection, I have a trendy gadgets collection, men's fashion, and I can see some details about it, right? So I can see if the products were either manually added or automatically added, as Dante had talked about at the beginning there. Visibility, whether it's actually appearing on my storefront, and then how many products are in that collection. And then last, I can preview it or edit it. Now, I want to go ahead and preview one of these collections and see how they look. Let's just go ahead and do bestsellers because we have 8 in there. So if I tap on that, it's going to open up my storefront and it's going to show me my bestseller and all of these products in it. So this is in essence what a collection is. Again, a group of products that are similar in the same area.
And so this is like when I'm shopping online, this is when I go to a store and it's showing me bestsellers, 50 under $50, just assembling my groups in my products into a collection.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing now, is creating a new collection. And actually, I love that idea. Why don't we create a collection for under $50 products? So let me go ahead and showcase how to create this collection. First and foremost, you can see that button in the top right corner there. Let's go ahead and tap on Create Collection. Now, a quick window is going to pop up, but just some basic information here. Let's go ahead and make this. So products under $50. And then a description. I actually saved just a quick one here. So let's paste that in. All right. And also I'm going to add an image here. Let's just take one of the products. That's the example. This cat one looks good.
Nice.
And then I'm also going to toggle the online store because I want it to appear on my online store. And I'll make the settings to make sure that we have everything in the right manner.
Because collections are added to a storefront. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, they are added to a storefront, and you can put them in any order you want, but you can put them right on your storefront so people can categorize and sort through everything.
Cool. So a collection would never really be shown on a funnel. So if I'm making a collection, safe to say, most often I'm always going to have that turned on to show in store.
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
Awesome. So let me tap collection. And now it's going to expand here. It's going to give me extra options on how I want to filter my collection, how I want to showcase the sort method, and so on. So if I scroll down here, the first thing I'm going to see is collection type, right? Do I want it to be manually sorted? Do I want to add products that I want to do it? Or do I want ClickFunnels to do it automatically for me? Now, if I scroll down a little bit more, I can see the add products button here in this collection. When I toggle this off of manual and onto automatic, you're going to see this disappear, right? Because this is our manual add products window. And I toggle it, there it goes. But you see another window actually pop up there, our filter window. So I want to actually filter this collection automatically. And how do I do that? Well, let's create a filter. There's so many different options you can create for filters, right? So commissionable, on create date, you can do price visibility. Maybe you have products that are tagged in a selected way. You can sort it by that as well. And so there's a lot of different options here. But what I want to do is price amount is or is less than, and then I'll manually type in 50 here. And so what that's doing is it is going to now go and look at all of the products in this account and say anything that's less than $50 price amount is going to be automatically added into this collection.
You already bolt me back 30 minutes right there, Aaron. I thank you for that.
Absolutely. So let's continue on here. Collection sort method. How do I want to sort through this? And it can just be manually if I want it, or I can do alphabetical order. I can go highest to lowest in price, right? Or I can go what's the time I added this to the collection. So there's a lot of different filters here, but I'm just going to do alphabetical order to keep it simple. And then I'll scroll a little bit. Oh, there we go. Oh, what's happening in my window here? Nope, my mouse didn't die. Something's broken. Let me just give a quick refresh. That's live, right?
That's a live demo for you right there.
All right, so let me quickly go through what I just did, right? So I went to automatic. I created my filter. And I went price amount is less than 50. There we go. All right. So with that being added and name A to Z, I'll go ahead and tap update collection just to save this. Perfect. And as I save it, you can see it automatically adds in all of my products here. I can sort down and I can see everything. So literally with one click, that took 15 seconds or so to create it, filter it, and then add all the products in. And now I'm ready to go. This collection is technically ready. I could display this on my store right now. But there are a few extra things I want to touch on, mainly this SEO and sharing option. So if I tap on this edit, it's all filled out, but I want to also add an image. So to give you an idea of what this is, if someone takes the link from my collection and shares it to a social platform, let's say Facebook, for example, when you paste a link into the messaging, it automatically populates with the title, the description, the image. That's exactly what this is. So it's really important that you make sure that you always add this extra information to products, collections, so on and so forth, because if people are sharing your link, you want it to display as clean as possible. So I'm just going to quickly add in the image, but everything else looks good. The title looks good, description, and then the path is also good.
Bingo.
All right, let's go ahead and update this collection just to totally save it. And there it is. I'm going to go back to my collections. And here it is. I can see it, products under 50, automatically added, and I have 19 total products in this collection. Now the question is, how do I actually make it appear on my storefront? So let's head over to our store, and I'll go to Overview. And then Design Store in the top right to get to my editor. All right, and here I am in my editor. Now I'm going to scroll down a little bit because I want to show some things. So we can see that we have a pet products section, we have categories, and I want to just showcase what this actually looks on the front end. So if I go in here, This is the actual website that's displaying. I can
Mm,
see that I have pet products, right? I can go into one of these if I wanted to, but they're all displaying in a really nice area. And then the categories also, I have beauty, pet products, trending deals. As we had just talked about in my collection section, these are all the collections now displaying. Now it can be a little bit confusing. So let me try to explain this as clear as possible. We have product collections, or we have products element, and then we have product collections element. And to distinguish the two here, let me go ahead and open up this one here. This is the products element. I can see I have images in it, I have names, and I have a price. If I tap on this, do you see this little check mark filter by collection?
yep.
I want to check that. And now I can select a specific collection, right? So if I wanted this to be products under 50, I can select it, I can save it, I can look at the page, and now it would be displaying that.
Mm,
Now, I want this to be my pet products because I want to show how to completely add it manually. But the difference again between products and then product collections is the actual product collection element is showing all of the collections I made. So I know that might be a little confusing, but the way to think about it is your products element shows all of the products in one collection. Your products collection element shows all of your collections as a group of categories. So does that
mm.
make sense? Did I explain that clear enough?
That makes great sense.
Excellent. All right. So if I go back, I just want to check this one more time. I see this is a collection and this is a collection of collections.
Got it. That's perfect.
All right. So let me go back to my editor. The last thing I want to show is how do we add the collection we just made? Instead of replacing a section or just removing the pet supplies one and adding in the $50, how do I start from scratch and add this element in? So the first thing I want to do, I want to start from a completely brand new section here. I'll drop a blank section in with a one column. And then I'm just going to go ahead and type in products. Now, again, as I was just explaining, the distinguishing feature, products is one single collection, and my product collections is showing me all of them. So I just want products. It'll be a one column. And here we go. This is my brand new element I just dropped into my editor. Now I can see there's a ton of different rows. I don't want to display that many. So I'll click on it. I'll come into my settings and I can see right here, my collection settings. Do I want 4 items per row, 5? I think 4 looks pretty clean. And then just doing 2 rows of 8. Now I have a
Mm,
pagination here as well, right? So if they see the 8, but there's more actual items in there, they can just go to the next page and find the rest. I also have an option to hide that if I want, right? It'd be a good idea to then add another element to display all in the collection, but just to be aware, you can hide the pagination there. And the last thing, right, is going to be adding in images, titles, and price. So if I go up here, I have images, I have a title. I don't have that here. So I need to actually add those elements in. So within my products, I'll tap on new element. Let's drop an image in. It auto populates every single row. Let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and add a name in. And let's go add a price in.
Aaron, those elements, those all looked very different. Can you add an element again?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they have orange boxes around them, and I'm not used to seeing those as I'm typically in the editor. Can you walk me through that?
Absolutely. So these are specifically saying the elements that we're recommending for the element you're living in. So almost like element inception, right?
Mm,
I am in my products element, and these are all of the attributes that we want to add in. So I write name, description, price, image, link. These are the most commonly used elements within the products element. So they're just there at the top saying they're highlighted in orange.
okay, so like when you put down a name, it's going to go into the software, into the actual ClickFunnels account, and it's going to pull the name of the product that I put on the product itself.
Exactly. Correct.
Okay, come
So this
on,
is
Aaron.
so this is essentially we're creating in essence, just a template for any collection right now. And then once it's finished, I have all my images, I have my names, I have my prices here. Now I can just go into my products element. I can check mark this box here and I can say, you know what? I want all my products under $50 to display. Let me go ahead and save this and show what it's actually, how it's displaying now. All right, so if I scroll down, there's the same pet products, there's my same categories, there's that offer of the day. But now below here, I can see I have just created that element where this is displaying all of my products under $50. And I can go by page here. I can say page 2. I want to see more. Now, of course, this is not very pretty, right? It dropped in. I left all the default settings. So first and foremost, I got to reduce the size of these titles. They're huge. So let me go back into my element or my editor here. Oh, wrong page there. Go to my layout. I'm going to come back to this element products. And right here, I'm going to tap on this. I'm going to make it small. That's pretty easy. It applies it to all of them because this element lives in every single one of these modules. So I don't have to go and individually adjust anything. It is very simple. I can just click one and it's going to make the apply to all of them.
Click one, it's done. I like that.
It's one and done, right? So let's go ahead and just save that, right? A very easy adjustment. Let's preview it. And there we go. That's much better visually. Of course, I'd make additional changes to make this a lot prettier, but that's the idea. That is essentially adding in the product element, filtering it by a specific collection, and then of course, adding the image, the name, and the price in. So that took me 15 minutes to create the collection and add it all into my store. I mean, when you know it, it goes very, very quickly. All right. So I think that essentially wraps up collections and ClickFunnels. I mean, that you know the details now. So, and the sort methods, you know how to do it manually, you know how to filter it automatically. Yeah, so that's collections in a nutshell.
Man, that's really powerful. Oops, sorry about that. That should be better. That is really powerful. You know, we have a direct integration with Zenrop, so now sourcing products is really fast. A click of a button. You know, back in the day, we had to reach out to China or whoever you were buying the product from. And if it's in America, we have to reach out to the warehouse and do the whole thing. But now with Zenrop, we're just dragging products in, adding them to my store. And I can just add the products to a collection, throw the collection element on the funnel, and I'm live. I'm there.
That's correct. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
That's power.
Yes, it is. Awesome. Oh, Dante, do you have anything else before we wrap up the presentation?
I don't think so. The only thing I would say is I'd love to see what you guys create with this. I'd love to see the collections and the pages and how you lay it out and how you display it. So as always, if you have any questions come up about this, feel free to put it in the Facebook community, ClickFunnels official end parentheses. We streamed right into there, or the YouTube channel, wherever it is you may be watching this. If you have a question, feel free to ask at any time. We'd be happy to answer and get you over any hurdles. But once you do the thing, once you have it live, please post it there. Let us see it. We're going to check it out. We'll let you know what we think about it. That's amazing, Aaron.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, very much appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And thanks to everyone who tuned in. Very much appreciate all your time.
Very much. As always, gang, this is built by funnel hackers for funnel hackers. Training Tuesdays are not for us. I promise you, this is not an excuse for us to get on camera and blab about how much we love funnels. This is by us for you. So along with, the actual work that you've done, your funnels, your product pages, your store pages, we would love to see those. We'd also love to know what things you want to learn about. Yes. ClickFunnels is a robust software. There are so many amazing tools and features inside of it. So what are you working on and what things are you struggling with? Please let us know so we can tailor these to you and make them the most effective as possible.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Awesome. Well, with that, today, gang, I think we are rocking and rolling. We'll let you go. Have an amazing rest of your day. Catch you next week.
Awesome. We'll see you.